Now here on your screen, what you could see is the Learning Hub homepage. Okay, you would see here that on the upper right, you could see your name, alerts, and any other tasks that are assigned to you. And here you would have several tiles describing the features that I've discussed earlier. First off, we have the to-do tile wherein it lists all the courses that are due anytime for me because I didn't put any deadline to it. Okay, these courses are the ones that I have searched and I feel that are relevant to me, so I assign them under my curriculum. Okay. Here, other tiles include easy access to the likes of the learning journeys, which is what we call the training roadmap, learning content, where you could actually access all the official curriculum courses, learning rooms, which is your social collaboration site, missions and badges, which are activities that your moderators might engage you in if you are part of a learning room, live access, which is your training server subscription, Bookbond catalog, which is your personal self-help books that can be accessed within the Learning Hub as well. And you also have scheduled live sessions tile. Underneath here, you would have the Welcome to SAP Learning Hub tile, which is recommended for first-time users of Learning Hub so that you would be best able to utilize all the resources inside the site. You can also download the full catalog of all the list of courses and materials inside Learning Hub with this particular tile. And you also have a tile for assistance and support. Instances where you have a problem, whether in your browser or accessing certain materials, you could actually go into this tile. News and updates on latest releases and other information, webinar schedules, and so on can be found in the News and Updates tile. Now to start it off, I'm going to go and start with learning journeys. We start off first with the training roadmap guide. Okay, learning journeys, as mentioned earlier, is the basic to advanced upskilling that you or your team will require to have a better understanding of SAP courseware. To start us off, instead of using the search field here, I would be clicking Explore all possible learning journeys. In the screen, you would be able to see all possible learning journeys that might be of interest to you, from basis to development, from ECC to S4, from C4C to Ariba success factors. We have them here. You would be able to also see here certain filters that you can actually use, as well as roles, okay, that could be relevant for you to search your learning journey faster. Okay, so for this one, okay, I will be searching here S4 HANA Financial. Okay, when I do that, what you could see is I have two results here. Okay, one is for upskilling for SAP ERP experts. So the expectation here is you have ECC knowledge and you just need supplementary information to upgrade to S4 HANA Finance knowledge. The other learning journey here is for those that are completely new to SAP. So they don't have ECC experience. So what will be covered here is from ground up, basic understanding, from navigation to deep down customizing. Okay, you can opt to choose either one. So you're not limited on the learning journey that you can actually access in the professional edition. Okay, to start us off, I will be entering the learning journey for financial accounting as for HANA Finance for the consultant role. You could see here that it would actually start you off with a learning room. Okay, So that's the first learning scenario that we have. The second learning scenario is starting with an overview. So after joining you into the community or social collaboration site of the learning room, you will be given overview materials to start you off. Okay. So this is exactly how SAP provides knowledge to its customers. We do it layer by layer so that understanding would be more profound and you can take on the level of knowledge that you actually desire. Okay. The next learning scenario is becoming competent. So here we would be talking the likes of customizing, other details of the modules. We will also be looking into certifications, okay, as well as other materials available on that level. The fourth scenario is stay current, wherein we provide you supplementary or what we call delta materials, ramping you up from current available materials to the latest release to date. Usually, stay current materials are available in e-learning format. And the last part is expanding your skills. Expanding your skills are more advanced topics related to S/4HANA Finance. So you would see here conversion accounting, revenue accounting, reporting. These would fall under this section, as well as consolidation, closing, group reporting, and so on. Okay, so going back up first, okay, for the learning room, I will be discussing that later on, but I will be going into start with an overview for you. You would see here that there is an Add to My Active Courses tab, which you can actually click, and it would automatically add to your own curriculum all materials or enablement materials under this particular learning scenario. Okay, so if you hover over a particular tile inside Learning Hub, it would give you all available options for this particular course. You would see that this particular course, Overview of Financials, is available in e-learning that would roughly take about 5.5 hours or ebook for 8 hours. There's also an available training server that you can use for 6 hours to complete the exercises should you have subscribed to this particular training server option. There's also an assessment for this particular course, which will be given to you at the start and at the end of the course to test if there's anything new that you actually learned from the course. Now, this assessment is not a formal or recorded exam, okay? So the assessment is just a knowledge check. So it's an informal way of doing a check, whether you've learned something from the course material that was shared, okay? To start us off, I will share with you what an e-learning actually looks like. So I actually opened it from that site to see how long it would take and also to share with you available materials inside that particular content. What we could see here is that it has 4 out of 5 rating out of 145 people who have taken it. Okay. Coverage would include positioning, general ledger accounting, payable, and so on. Okay. Course goals include the following, and it would take about 5.75 hours to complete this e-learning material. Since this is part of my curriculum, I will just continue this course. I could also put a deadline should I wish to, or should there be an agreement between me and my manager to complete it on a certain time. So I will be continuing the course. You would see here all of the chapter headings for that particular e-learning material S4FOO. I will be going into the introduction and overview.
There are two key layers in the SAP S4HANA application framework. SAP S4HANA Enterprise Management.
Now, I'm sure you've heard that recording. And this is what SAP Learning Hub can actually provide you. As you would see here, I've actually jumped into the core processes module so that it's more interactive. But what is also interesting about this is that you can actually see certain videos or actually practice it inside the e-learning itself. Okay, let's do a demonstration. You would see here a show me or watch a demonstration. Once I click on this,
In this demonstration, you will see how to adapt the SAP Fiori Launchpad.
once I click on this, it would continue.
In the following steps, the Display Financial Statement app will be created. This tile should display a financial statement with the required values. The Fiori app should be available in the My Home tile group. Display Financial Statement is clicked.
So here you would just watch.
1010 is now entered in the company code box. Ensure that 0L leading ledger is selected in the ledger field.
So here I would stop this particular demo, okay, and go on to the next one, which is an exercise. So here, the expectation is you will be doing the actual clicking and inputting of information, okay? It would provide you guidance on what you need to do, where you need to do it, but it would be up to you as a user to actually do the proposed steps. So this is very similar to our SAP Enable Now tool offering, and this is actually created with that tool. So you would see here there's no voice recording, only an instruction and a blinking icon there. Okay, so I need to enter specifically this information. So caps lock S, okay, and then we would enter the password, which is welcome1. So W, okay, I have to press enter. Okay, so this is a sample of a practice exercise inside the e-learning. Okay, so for this one, instead of doing the steps, I'll be doing something else. If I do that and I clicked on this section that I did, what you would see is it would prompt me to either try again, go on to the next step, or to show help. So what I will do is click on Yes, show help. So it's giving me an indicator there that this is where I should be doing this particular action to click. So if I click on this, it would move on to the next step. Okay, so I will be ending this demonstration as well and closing this e-learning. Leave this page. Okay, I will also be closing this one. Now the next thing I wanted to show you is how to access the assessments. For this one, I will be going into the Asset Accounting tile and clicking on Assessments. As you could see here, pertinent information is shared above. I will now be continuing this particular assessment. Okay. So the assessment would cover the following topics. As mentioned here, you can always leave the assessment because this is an informal checkpoint and does not require you to finish it outright. Okay, so I will be starting. Now for this question, we have 49 questions for this particular assessment. So for this one, The first question is, each company code is an independent accounting unit. I say true. And then it would tell me what the right answer is. And then I go next. Which of the following original management accounting objects can you assign in the asset master record? So if I say order and I click submit, it would tell me that my answer is wrong. It should be around three of them: activity type, order, and cost center. So that is just a sample assessment. Now the next thing I wanted to show you is about certification. Here inside the learning journey, you could click on the certification to know what it's all about. It would share with you information such as what it's about, the topics that will be covered, and the percentage per topic. How we measure assessment, or rather certification in this matter, is not on an averaging method. Each question under financial closing will weigh only 12% on the total average. To pass this, you need a cut score of 63%. You will be given 180 minutes or 3 hours to complete it, and this would compose of 80 questions. What's interesting about this particular tile is you could actually access sample certification questionnaire on this particular site. You would also see here the corresponding learning journey to guide you and prepare you for the certification, the learning room where you could ask questions or get access to our experts, and then we have the sample questions. The sample questions would comprise of only about 10 items. And here you would be able to see what it's all about. If I click on continue, you would see that this would be the question. In an asset mean number in asset accounting, which information can be different between international GAAP and local GAAP? There are two correct answers in this question. So if I click net book value and capitalization date, and I go to next question. So here, the answer will not be given to you outright. You have to complete it or at least submit it before you would be able to see. So for this question, I would choose host, post, and hold, and then I would submit. So it's telling me that some questions are not answered yet, and if I wish to proceed, and I click OK. Okay, so out of the two questions I actually answered, I didn't get a single one right. So what is the right answer? For the first one, the right answer is depreciation start date and net book value. For the next question, I clicked hold and post, and the correct answer is post and park. Okay. Another particular site that you can go to get information about certification is our training.sap.com site. In this site, if you enter the certification code here and click search, you would be redirected to the same page. However, this particular site is interesting in a way that aside from giving you the percentage per topic, it could actually outright tell you what the course codes you need to take would be to prepare for that particular topic. So for those of you preparing for certification, this particular site would be important for you. Now I will be going back in the learning journey, and since we have discussed the different learning scenarios below, I will be closing this particular window. Now I would go back to this particular site for learning journeys inside Learning Hub. Okay. And from here, I would now go to learning content. As discussed, the learning content would be the official curriculum courses of SAP, available either in ebooks or e-learning, and can be accessed multiple times as you need it to be for the duration of your subscription. Okay, so here you have a search field. So if you want to look into materials of generic nature like finance or learning maps or EKTs and so on, you could search it here. But it will not be given to you in a format similar to the learning journeys or training roadmap. So it's better still to go into the learning journeys for that. You would also see here a learning history if you want to look into all the courses you've actually gone into, your curricula, as well as the active courses that you have assigned to yourself, put a due date on, or just have an interest for you. You can actually search for the keyword, select all, or choose what type of assignment it is currently pegged under. Okay. Aside from that, what's important here would be My Learning Reports. Other menus are similar to the tiles in the home page, but My Learning Reports can actually help you to print your certificates of completion. So here, if you click on it, it would ask you for what report format and to run the report and print it out. So this is a self-help option for you for those who wanted a certificate of completion for each course that is completed. Now going back into the learning content, one of the features that is not commonly mentioned but something that I find of relevance to our customers is what we call task tutorials. So I want to show you one particular task tutorial for S/4HANA. A task tutorial is a step-by-step guide similar to what have you seen in the practice or watch me videos earlier. Yes, it is actually created with SAP Enable now, but in this case, what's available in Learning Hub are standard processes that you can actually see. It's very relevant for your end users if they see this so that they know exactly how the system goes and what things that they or actions they can actually complete. For this one, I will choose this one. Now here you would see several processes that you can choose from. Each one has a standard guidance for you on a step-by-step basis. So I will be choosing posting general journal entries. Here there's no voiceover. There are only instructions waiting for you to actually click or do the actions asked of you from this kind of dialog box. Here it says you enter manual postings to GL accounts with the Post General Journal Entries app. To open the app, select the Post General Journal Entries tile. So I will be clicking on this. And here, it got another instruction. You want to record a business transaction that has no source document, such as an expense paid with petty cash. Note that the current date displays the posting date, which is this one, and determines the posting period for your transaction in the database. Clicking Next. To select the journal entry date, open the date picker. So I click on this, and it's asking me to click on 5 to complete this process. It's also asking me to enter 1010 as the company code and press enter. Okay, so it's asking me to enter euro here as a currency. What I will be doing is similar to what I did before. I will do another step. When I do that, it will ask me to try again, which I could do, or I could go on to next step, or I will click show guidance. If I click on this, it would highlight it so much more, asking me to accomplish this step. Okay, so I will end this now. Now going into the learning rooms, I will again be showing you S4 Financial initially, and I will also show you about the learning room for SAP Ariba. If you're already a member as I am, you would see here all the groups that you have joined. So initially it would ask you if you want to join or enroll, and you can do so because it's already part of your subscription. You are not limited in terms of the number of learning rooms you can actually join. And you can actually interact with all of the people in those different learning rooms to further advance your knowledge. Okay. So here, if I want to search finance, okay, it would tell me the finance learning room. Okay. If I click on this and I walk you through the different features and tiles here, you would see that we actually have 8,560 members. And these are the available tiles for you to look into. So this is the moderator, that's Stefanos Pokas.
Hello, and welcome to the SAP Finance Learning Room.
By Stefanos Pokas about the S4HANA Cloud 1908 sneak preview webinar. Okay. So in this case, this is an event that you can actually register to. Okay. And you would be able to get advanced knowledge on 1908. Okay. In terms of start learning, what you would see here would be the different learning journeys, which was also shared to you earlier. But on this section, what you would see is all the related S4HANA Finance modules, as well as ERP modules. Okay. So guys, I will be skipping some parts because we are running short on time. So just to summarize on this section, okay, there are some videos available on the watch videos as well. And then we also need to go into the okay, so this is a bit relevant. I will start this as well. Here's where we can actually have a social collaboration site or access to our experts for us to actually validate our understanding of courses or our understanding of our current setup. In this case, let's go here. We actually have a question about Bank Correspondence 1809. It's actually posted by Elsa Fernandez dos Santos 20 days ago. So the question was that it's about the functionality of 1809 for automatic creation of bank correspondence. Is it possible to deactivate this feature? She also mentioned that there's actually an error message. So what was asked is that you need to go into the customizing task, check a certain subtask, and see if there's a template assigned.